My name is Jessica Underwood, and I'd like to share with you why we serve and attend River Ridge. My husband and I have been attending this church for about 6 years now. After several family invites and a family wedding here, we went to church the next day and we never left. We even relocated from Madison to 64 because it just felt like home to us. We've been attending the church for about 2 years, and I just felt like God had given me so much that I wanted to serve. Our family friend Ashley was a high school teacher, and she also did Wired here with the kids. So I just shadowed her and went to some meetings and some trips and had some discussions with the teenagers, and I figured out that it wasn't for me. Teenagers ask so many questions and you can't even Google most of them. So I felt a little discouraged, and I just kind of abandoned the role of serving. In 2017, Ashley passed, and everyone was just so devastated, and we can understand how someone that meant so much to everyone was just suddenly gone. Not long after Ashley passed, the church said that they were needing volunteers for the kids' ministry. So I signed up for preschool or the nursery. And I signed up for that age group because that age wouldn't intimidate me like the teenagers, and I was pretty sure they wouldn't ask me the big, huge questions about life. I'd been teaching just a few months, and then in November, my brother passed away on his 27th birthday. My brother was 5 years younger than me, and he was just basically like my little doll baby. In between losing my friend and my brother, our pastor, Chad, who married us, lost his daughter Katie to cancer. It just seemed like everywhere I looked, my family, my friends, my community, everyone was suffering. I told God that I trusted Him, but I wasn't happy with any of this, and none of this felt good to me. Carol came to my house and asked me if I needed a break from teaching, and I agreed because I had a hard time leaving my family. And on top of that, I was afraid that I would just break down and cry in front of my kids, and that would really confuse them. Months went by and I struggled with the loss of my brother, but I started to miss my kids. And when I came back, they just gave me hugs and kisses, and they didn't treat me like a grieving sister, and the kids were the ones that made me feel normal again. One day in my classroom, I have a necklace with my brother's picture on it, and the little girl was sitting in my lap, and we were having movie time, and she grabbed my necklace and she asked me who this was, and I said that's my brother. He already went to heaven with God. And she just looked back at me and she said, "With Jesus?" And I said, "Yeah, honey, with Jesus." So that just showed me that not only does this 3-year-old little girl understand how our Creator works, but I needed to be reminded that my brother is with Jesus, and one day I'll get to catch up with him. That summer, I also became a big kid coach because that was one of the roles that Ashley had as well. The first day I got there, it was really hot. I didn't know where to go. I was on the verge of tears because I knew the purpose why I was there. And I just basically wanted to go home, but I stayed because I made a promise. So we had the kids come down for story time, and the first thing that Blair said was, "I'm going to tell you a story about Jesus and Zacchaeus." But Zacchaeus is a really hard name to say, so let's just call him Zachy. My brother's name is Zachary, and I never called him Zachary, never called him Zach. It has always been Zachy. Whenever that happened, I just felt like God was telling me and acknowledging that He knew how much pain I had been in. But He was telling me that the path that I'm on now is exactly where I need to be. And that was the first time that I knew I was exactly where God needed me to be. God led me to serve in the most difficult season of my life. And in doing that, He gave me healing and purpose and joy. And I'm just so thankful that I'm being able to be used for His purpose now, even through the pain.